How much social media is too much? In this week's Wellness Wednesday, anchor Haley Watts and our own Court Klopping break down the best ways to help your kids navigate the useful but potentially dangerous technology.
I've stepped back from social media because it's just really not healthy in the long run. You know, comparisons to the theft of joy. You're seeing a lot of things that aren't actually people's full real lives. You're just seeing the highlights.
No matter how old you are, you've likely used social media at some point. It's a great way to learn and connect, but experts say it has a dark side.
This is a very high stakes game in terms of what social media is doing to our children.
Dr. Diane Gehart says the rate of depression and anxiety with teens doubled from 2010 to 2020 and got even worse during the pandemic. Comparison can be a huge harm, whether your child is a teen, comparing how they look to an Instagram model, or even in the case of my coworker Court's 5-year-old daughter.
So far, it's a lot of cartoons for Violet. So the comparison would be, sledgehammers actually hurt. People aren't coming back from that.
So I spend a lot of time scrolling on Instagram too, just like anybody else. But I try to be aware, put it in my purse when I sit down to eat or when I spend time with my family.
Adults need to be very conscious of mentoring their children and how to use social media and just electronic devices and screens in a healthy way in general.
Gehart recommends no screens during family meals and don't let your kids have their phones after bedtime.
Kids are up till 2, 3 in the morning. They're texting in there, folks. And there's not sleeping, and sleep deprivation is very high. It's also part of what fuels depression and anxiety, that sort of thing.
My kids are barely kids anymore at 13 and 17, so trying to control them for their own good seems useless.
It's not always what you're able to control as a parent. It's what your child is exposed to through friends and what they're able to see as far as content is concerned. So at some point throughout the process, you're going to lose complete control over what they're able to take in and the kind of things that they're going to be exposed to.
So how do you navigate that? What's your game plan?
Well, you try to keep open communication. I think it's really important to have dialogue that doesn't feel judgmental for the kids, and it feels a little bit more like a conversation than, saying a dictatorship.
But Gehart says if your kid is really struggling, you may want to try some tough love.
I just had a parent last week say, how am I supposed to take the phone away? I'm like, you walk in, you take it, if you can't get it out of their hands, you turn off the cell service.
Haley Watts.
Gehart also recommends you make sure your kids know that they can talk to you. Talk to them about how social media has made you feel at times and share how you've dealt with it.